We're now joined by Daniel Whytock, CEO and co-founder of downyourhighstreet.com. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we've got some fun facts to start off. Apparently you used to be a market trader and that was how you got involved with the company.
Yeah, so in my early years I used to sell furniture in my local town.
Oh, right.
So I was very comfortable with that local business and small business kind of feel. So I got very used to speaking with the local shop owners about what trading life was like, and that's somewhere of, I suppose it's where the passion first come from, and which is now it's evolved to downyourhighstreet.com, but it's not actually where the idea was generated, but you know, it's a huge part of my background, and I do wear it as a bit of a name badge, so to speak, because I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, very good. So, Daniel, are you ready to pitch?
I am indeed.
Great, you've got 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. I will try and squeeze it all in. I am here to present downyourhighstreet.com to everyone watching. We are an e-commerce marketplace for bricks and mortar independent retailers. I used to work with a lot of independent retailers, helping them take car payments in store and online payment gateways so they could start selling online, and it became apparent that not many retailers were doing so. So the idea has developed after meeting my co-founder Amanda Lowe, and the presentation that I'm going to show to you is our Crowdcube investment deck that gives investors a chance to see who we are, why we're raising investment and where we plan to be. Recently, many of you would have seen in the news and media that there's been a huge decrease in footfall, and it's getting worse and worse. In the past 5 years, I believe it's around 50% decrease. So what we aim to do is to turn that into a positive and bring more people back to the high street. There's 288,000 independent retailers in the UK, and that's a total value of around £365 billion. So it's a huge industry to support and to work within, and if done the right way, there's also many benefits that we can work from. Our solution, from the decline in footfall and the amount of retailers that are closing down in modern times, although it's a positive churn, there are many shops that are closing down, is our platform, downyourhighstreet.com. It's a cost-effective way for retailers to get their products online, where we do the majority of the hard work. We help them get their products online, and consumers can shop through the platform, buying from multiple retailers in one purchase. But the real cool part of this platform is that when you're browsing a category, it picks up your location and it presents products to you that are closest first. So when you take your products to the checkout, there's a great opportunity that the product's going to be local to you, so you can go in store and collect it if you choose to do so you can save on delivery. If we can get people back into the stores, then they're more likely to spend more with retailers because they're getting the service that independent retailers offer. They give that real good customer service. Consumers are likely to spend 3 times as much money when they purchase in stores, so it allows the retailers to benefit from that, and we're supporting the high streets at the same time. So we are quite an ethical business in that nature. We only charge 5% commission on sales, so shops have a huge opportunity to profit with downyourhighstreet.com. We work from a variety of categories. This is because we want to support all independent retailers, not just the high margin, high selling retailers that other platforms do. We want to try and support the majority of the UK high street. Why now? It's a really, really good question, and there's many more points than you'll see on this slide. However, there's a few examples that really hit home for me. There's the near me searches on Google, for example. In the past 3 years, they've doubled in growth year on year. People searching for things like boutiques near me, a pair of shoes near me. These localized kind of searches are increasing so much that consumers are starting to appreciate that physical retail again. I think the .com bubble was really, it was amazing, and you know, so many businesses have built a platform from them that is really, it gives the customer what they need. But with the growth of near me searches, Down Your High Street has the opportunity to tap into that local searching that's happening online as we speak. Bricks and mortar retailers, they want to compete with large online sellers, and they have to prosper in these digital times that we're in. We want to give independent retailers the chance to do it in a cost-effective way. And even though there's a churn on the high street at the moment of around 14,000 shops closing, there's actually 14,500 shops that are opening. So it's a positive churn. And what we're finding is that the retailers that are opening their stores are digital savvy, independent business owners that they open their store with a following on social media already, and it allows them to engage with their customers. They just want to put a bit of a face to their brand, which means that they are more able to use the platform. They've already got the stock feeds and so on to get their products online, which means that their setup process on the platform is extremely quick as well. Amazon, the absolute monster that Amazon is, with a third of all US retail sales apparently coming through Amazon now. They're a huge marketplace, but independent retailers don't want to sell with them in many cases. Obviously some do, but Amazon has been known to find products that are selling really well, go direct to the manufacturer, sell them themselves, and retailers lose that brand identity when they sell with Amazon. So they're looking for platforms where their brand is at the forefront of the products they're selling, and Down Your High Street does exactly that. There's also the investment side of e-commerce marketplaces. Over £200 million been raised in the marketplace industry within the past 12 months. That's not obviously why we've launched this platform, but it just shows the interest with investors in the potential return on investments with marketplaces, and we've got a real unique niche of this industry to tap into, where many of the retailers are not actually online yet. So we're going to be tapping into products and retailers that can't actually be found on other platforms such as Amazon. There's a few competitors on the in the marketplace at the moment. I'd love to say we don't have any competitors because we are really unique, but there's some leaders in what we do. A very similar name but a completely different ethos, not on the high street. They launched probably 10 years ago now, and I think their most recent investment was £7.5 million, and they have just grown from strength to strength, and they work with your stay-at-home kind of retailers that are building niche products. Well, this is how it started anyway, from their homes, but now they're working with all different kinds of craftsmen, and it's about personalised gifts. So they're doing really well, and there's a lot we can learn from them, but they are really strongly dominating their niche. Truva is a fantastic platform for independent retailers, where retailers, mainly high-end retailers with larger margins in main cities around the world now, they sell with Truva. Very different to us because we want to support the whole of the Great British High Street, not just the high-end retailers. So very different in that way, and we're quite cost-effective, but they are doing really good things, so good luck to them. Etsy is a platform we all know. They only launched between maybe, I think it's about 11 years ago. What they've done in that time is absolutely amazing. They've got millions of sellers on the platform, and they sell in all kinds of countries around the world. So Etsy has some essence of what Down Your High Street is about. They're very cost effective, between 5 and 10% commission when you sell with Etsy. And they sell really unique arts and craftsy items. So we do have some crossover with Etsy, but they're a fantastic platform, and there's a lot we can learn from them. And it shows that a cost effective platform with a low commission, it can work and it can scale up. So yeah, a big fan of Etsy. In 2018, online marketplaces have kind of led the way in terms of tech businesses for many reasons. £1.5 trillion spent globally with marketplaces. 133 billion of that was within the UK marketplaces. So there's a few marketplaces up and coming in the UK, but there's still a huge market for us to tap into. The top 35 marketplaces opened very recently after 2010. We was actually established in 2013, but we've done 2.5 years of R&D to understand our marketplace more, because we're tapping into an industry that hasn't really been brought together on a marketplace in many ways, because a lot of retailers, they're not online yet. So we've had to do some extensive research, and that really plays out in what we're doing. Consumers, so there's 3 elements to Down Your High Street. There's the consumer, there's the retailer, and then there's us as a marketplace. So the consumer, why would they use our platform? Well, mainly you're going to shop with a marketplace where the products you're looking at in many ways won't be found on other shopping platforms or in chain stores, so your Amazons, your clone towns that 40% of the UK high streets are now, so it gives you that independent shopping opportunity. Retailers want to stay with the platform, and it's becoming more apparent because of what we went through earlier, the fact that they can sell at a cost-effective rate, and they're having their brand at the front of the marketplace. Every time you buy a product, the retailer is presented to you. They can encourage more people to come in store at the same time, and they can try and upsell more products as consumers come into store. I've gone quite heavy onto the first part of the pitch, but there's a few good nuggets that I'd like to get out still. The back end of our platform is extremely unique. It's completely bespoke. It's been built from the market research that we've done in the first 2.5 years of the platform. Retailers can create their own discounts, promotions. They can push products direct to social media. We integrate their website to their Down Your High Street account, which allows them to transition products across without having anyone to do it for them. So there is no time involvement for retailers at all. Most recently, we've been a partner on the Great British High Street Awards, which is government backed, and we've just built partnerships with some great companies like Pure London, who are introducing us to our retailers. So right now we've had a huge spike in growth of the platform, and more recently, which I'll probably have to finish on because I'm running out of time, we've been featured on ITV, the Lorraine show, where they presented some of our products, and we're hoping, and it's been confirmed, but it's a weekly slot, to have our products from our retailers shown on the TV show. So that's a huge opportunity for traffic, and it doesn't cost us anything as a platform because it's ethical, because the ITV want to support independent retailers. So I know my time's running out, and I've got a lot more to say. But so that's downyourhighstreet.com. The crowdfunding document can be found from our crowdfunding page. So please do take a look. If you want to speak more about the platform, do get in touch because we've got loads to say.
Great. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. You've certainly got a lot to say. Have you got any questions?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, Daniel, well done on having a go at replacing the high street. I mean, it's a critical resource that's been a long forgotten asset, and I think that what you're talking about in terms of building a platform is really critical. In terms of the management process and how the stocks flow, how the orders and the processing, just talk us through that a little, particularly looking at where does the money go, and how does the trust of the consumer get built? Yeah,
so this is where we've invested a lot of our resources. So a retailer integrates their website to downyourhighstreet.com. Sorry, we do it for them. We've built that process already. So all the products are automatically updated, which means consumers, when they're shopping a product, it's actually live products that is either in a retailer's EPOS till or on their website, so we know they're in stock. That really helps reduce returns and refunds. Well, not returns, sorry, but refunds, because the products are so updated. When a consumer buys the product through the platform, it goes through our back-end payment gateway called Agem. So you can buy from multiple retailers in one purchase, and it's all automatic. So the money goes out to the retailers in transit the minute the purchase is made, but it holds in like an escrow in between for that process. But our commission is taken in that transition. So we don't have there's hardly any management involved with that.
Great.
Just to add on to your comments, sorry.
Yeah.
In terms of replacing the high street, just from what you said a minute ago, we're not looking to replace the high street. We just want to showcase everything that's fantastic about it. So even though the high street is having a lot of negative news and media, there are many positive stories, and we just want to showcase them more. So it's important that we try and accelerate what they're doing rather than replace them.
Yeah, I think that's the essence of the problem that High Street has suffered is that it's suffered with higher and higher costs to serve the customer, and it's competing against other models that don't have the same cost base. So I think what you're bringing is the best of both worlds, really, supporting the local community, the local High Street, and giving it some vibrancy. Yeah. Where do you see this business over the next 2-3 years? Where would you like it to be?
Great question. I want Down Your High Street to be a household name, essentially because of the opportunities that it gives the independent retailer. So if we're a household name, then independent retailers all over the country are going to benefit from increased sales and awareness. There's a lot happening at the moment. The government are supporting an initiative called the Great British High Street Awards, which we're a partner of, and it's driving awareness for independent retailers. So there's a lot happening at the moment to give retailers this kind of pedestal to be seen on. So I don't think it's unrealistic to say a household name of when someone thinks about shopping local, they shop on our platform. Within the next 12 months, we're hoping to have, well, we're forecasted to have 3,000 retailers on the platform, and in the next 3 years, 13,500 retailers, which is 5% of the total amount of retailers in the UK.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Cheers.
Well, thank you for coming on, Daniel, and telling us about downyourhighstreet.com. If you'd like to find out more about the company, you can do so on Crowdcube's website, which is crowdcube.com.